Hello and welcome to Michael's Minty Music for today. Today we review the 2005 Christmas album, The Incredible Singing Christmas Tree from Veggietales by Big Idea Inc. Entertainment. It's pretty good overall. A bit of a sort of standard Christmas album, but the original songs here are really good and the traditional Christmas carols are done well. So I've ripped the official tracks from my CD copy of this album and put them on YouTube unlisted so they can't get mad at me. If you want to check those out, go to the link in the description for my official rip of that. This is the track listing, and these are the tracks that added to my playlist, 12 out of 16, so 2/3 of them. The album is really good overall. Basically, all the tracks are quality music, and the sort of story sections make the album go together quite well. Even without the plot, I think the album would flow pretty well. There are some common sense song placement choices, as well as a wide variety of styles. The opening of the album isn't great. Oh Christmas Tree is a great first song, but tracks 2 and 3 don't really match the energy. Fortunately, the first really good original track, Jingle Ka-Ching, pulls it back and showcases the original compositions perfectly, leading into a couple of other great tracks. Silent Night slows it down a little bit, leading into some more upbeat ones, until track 9, Was He a Boy Like Me, ends the first half of the album with a more slow note. Kind of first half of the album. Candy Cane Blues is technically the end of the first half, but whatever. The second half is a lot more disparate. It doesn't have a consistent plot, and none of the songs are original. Still, the traditional carols are performed well, and they're enjoyable to listen to, right? We don't hear these songs every year on Christmas because they're bad. So, The final track, It's About Love, is a pretty good one to end with. I'm pretty sure it's an original, but I couldn't find anything proving that on the internet or anywhere, so I'm assuming it's an original because I can't find any credits for it. There were obviously no singles released before the album, although most of these tracks are traditional Christmas songs and thus existed way before this album. My favorite track here is, and probably always will be, Battling Kings, great parody of We Three Kings featuring the Pirates Who Don't Do Anything, who I've always loved, and I've always my favorite VeggieTale sort of group. Jingle Ka-Ching is also quite good, and I've come to appreciate Candy Cane Blues over time. Really, all of these songs are done pretty well, and the original compositions are some great music. You kind of forget how good at writing songs the VeggieTales sort of writers were. As the only VeggieTales album I've reviewed, it takes the only spot in the rankings. However, it does take the top spot in the brand new rankings I've created of Christmas albums. This is definitely one of my favorite Christmas albums of all time. And I think it's one of the better put together Christmas albums. Certainly better than If on a Winter's Night and a clear step above Christmas in Tahoe by Train. Definitely one of the best Christmas albums of all time. It's just really well done, and the characters are still funny, and even without the nostalgia factor, I think you would still be pretty amused to listen to this. There's some really good writing even in the sort of interlude sections. A lot of good jokes. I forgot, you forget, now that it's been off the air for so long, you forget how good VeggieTales was, and this album really does showcase that pretty well. However, this album doesn't take my top spot from 2005. That stays with INXS's final album, Switch, which I like a lot and think is pretty great. If Switch wasn't great, maybe only good, I might have made this one my favorite, but it's a Christmas album, and there's kind of a limit to how good it can be when compared to normal albums, right? Switch is all original, it's all really great, and I just like the vibe of more normal albums more than Christmas albums, even though The Incredible Singing Christmas Tree is probably one of the best Christmas albums ever, in my opinion. Starting off the brand new year, 2024, I will be reviewing Train's 2006 album, For Me, It's You, which is probably one of their worst albums, but it still isn't too bad overall. And, who would I be if I didn't make sure to listen to all of them, including the bad ones? So stay tuned for that, and as always, stay minty.